Hi, my name is Tiki Luisa. Come with me today on a short trip to Rome. Rome has always been on my bucket list, and today I'm so excited to be going there. Yes, I took a taxi because somehow I'm always late to the airport, but I arrived on time, and once I arrived, I quickly hurried to the security check-in where I made all the necessary procedures in time, and here I was after the check-in, just happy to be done. Even the police people at the airport were laughing with me. So I quickly made it through to my gate. Before getting into the plane, I grabbed a bite. If you know, you know. Currywurst und Brötchen, typical German. And I must say, it was delicious. Now, Last Supper in Germany done. I got into the airplane, got myself prepped, got myself entertainment, and I was ready to go. Before long, we were in Rome. Now, this was my first time in Rome, and I must say the city is truly beautiful. I enjoyed the touristic sites I discovered. I enjoyed the way the infrastructures were. It had a charm to it. There was so much to see. Another thing I thoroughly enjoyed was the food. They had fresh food, tastiest pasta, tastiest gelato, and that's why I decided to do a cooking class, learning how to make pasta and ravioli from scratch. I also learned how to make tiramisu, and there's a link to the video in the description box. Now onto the pasta making process. We started with 100 grams of flour, an egg, and some salt. Of course, you get to add some flour as you work along your way. Look how excited I was. We started with the classic Italian gesture, bore a hole in the center of the flour, added a little salt to taste, cracked our eggs into the center, beat the egg and the egg yolk, and we started mixing once the egg and the egg yolk were properly beaten up. The mixing was done in a circular motion using the flour to cover the egg yolk in the middle, and it was mixed up until everything was in a uniform consistency. But as you notice, it's still very sticky, so we used our finger to sweep away this dough mixture from the fork and continued the kneading process with our hands, making sure to pick up the remnant of the flour from the surface of the plate. Then we continued the kneading process with our hands, using our hands to squeeze the dough, and with every squeeze, making sure we picked up all the flour from the surface of the plate. The goal or the end point was to make sure that the dough was soft but not sticky. If it was sticky, we added a little more flour and continued kneading. The kneading process took the most time, and I must say, pasta making is all a matter of time and feeling, making sure to reach the right consistency and not to use more flour than necessary. That's the magic in pasta making. The chef came around, did a test, and approved. Now we move to the next step. We transferred the dough on the chopping board and continued kneading for 30 minutes to develop the gluten, making sure that it's not sticky. If it was sticky, we added a little flour, and once the process was done and it was no longer sticky, we scraped off the remaining particles which are stuck on the board using the back of our knife, made a nice roll, and then pressed it into a little bun, flattened the bun, used one hand to support and the other to roll, often adding flour and flipping sides until the dough became very, very flat. Once that was done, we rolled both sides of the dough to meet in the middle like a scroll, placed it in the middle of the chopping board, and after a quick demonstration from the chef on how to cut, separate, and unfold the pasta, we all went to try it. Now back to my chopping board. Half of our square was used for pasta and the other half for ravioli. Watch me unfold my pasta. Oh, the joy when I got that right. Now we had to make sure everything was straight, and then we rolled it into a small roll and kept it at the side of the board. Now it was time for ravioli. Quick demonstration from the chef as usual. Adding half a teaspoon of filling in the center line created by the fold. Using water to line up the squares into the appropriate shapes. Sealing it with the water used. Cutting it into the right shape. And then it was our turn. As you can see, I had my dough all prepped. I had already folded it from end to end to create a line in the middle where I could place the filling. And it was hard for me to record the rest of the process, meaning the sealing in with water and the cutting, because I didn't have the right equipments. But this was my end product. We wrote our names, chose the sauce we needed, sent it to the kitchen, and I was super proud. Now, to the hour of truth. I was chilling, drinking wine, and waiting for my lunch. Lunch made by moi. Me. Yes, pasta and ravioli from scratch. Don't it look yummy and delicious? I must say, the chef prepared the sauce exceptionally well. I was feeling so excited about this meal, guys. I was feeling like a chef. Now to the moment of truth. Let's eat and see what it tastes like. Did I do good? What do you think? One word, bonissimo. I could do this often, I swear. So cool. This is one of the coolest experiences I've had like in my travel trips, because I always love to indulge in the culture of the place I visit, to live like the natives in the land. And these, making pasta from scratch, this was really cool. A cool cultural activity you can engage in if you like such things. I can only recommend it because I totally enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the video. By the way, just a tip, if you're making fresh pasta, to taste and see if it's cooked, you cook for about 2 minutes and it floats on water when done. Please like, share, subscribe and comment to boost this video. Love you all. See you in the next one. Toodles!